Telomeres, Senolytics, and longevity science. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Immortal series, where we pull back the curtain on the science, industry, and ideology behind humanity's growing obsession with eternal life. Today's topic is not a future concept. It's happening now in clinical labs, biotech startups, and research universities across the world. We're talking about the actual biology behind aging and the emerging science trying to stop it. Not symbolically, literally. Let's begin with one of the most fascinating structures in the human body, telomeres. These are protective caps at the ends of your chromosomes. Imagine the plastic tips on the ends of shoelaces. Every time your cells divide, your telomeres get shorter. Eventually, they become so short that your cells stop dividing altogether. This process is directly linked to aging. It's why your skin wrinkles, your hair turns gray, your organs become less efficient, and your immune system weakens. Telomeres are one of the most reliable biological clocks we have for measuring cellular aging. Now here's where it gets interesting. Scientists have identified an enzyme called telomerase, which has the ability to rebuild and lengthen telomeres. This enzyme is active in embryos and stem cells, but largely inactive in adult somatic cells. The question researchers began asking is, what would happen if we turned telomerase back on in the adult body? In lab studies, activating telomerase has extended the lifespan of mice by up to 40%. In humans, it's more complicated. While telomerase activation could slow aging, it also carries risks, particularly the risk of cancer. That's because cancer cells hijack telomerase to achieve uncontrolled growth. So the challenge is precision. How do you restore telomere length without creating an environment where mutated cells can become immortal too? This brings us to senescence, a process where damaged cells stop dividing but don't die. These senescent cells are like biological zombies, alive but no longer serving their function. Worse, they release toxic compounds that inflame nearby tissues, disrupt communication between cells, and accelerate aging in surrounding structures. Over time, they build up like rust in a machine. Enter Senolytics, a new class of drugs designed to locate and eliminate senescent cells. In animal studies, Senolytics have shown astonishing results: increased physical function, improved organ health, and even lifespan extension. In humans, early clinical trials are underway. Some compounds, like fisetin, a plant polyphenol, and dasatinib, a cancer drug, are already being explored for their ability to clear senescent cells safely. Here's where things get even more exciting. These two mechanisms, telomere lengthening and senescent cell clearance, aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they're complementary. Think of telomerase as maintenance and Senolytics as cleanup. One preserves healthy cells, the other removes dysfunctional ones. Together, they offer a dual front in the war against biological decay. But longevity science doesn't stop there. Let's talk epigenetic reprogramming. Epigenetics refers to the software layer of your genes. It's not about changing the genes themselves, but about turning certain genes on or off through chemical markers, like dimmer switches controlling brightness. Over time, these markers accumulate in a chaotic pattern, causing genes to express themselves in ways that accelerate aging. Scientists have now discovered that it's possible to reset these markers, returning cells to a more youthful, flexible state. This process is called partial cellular reprogramming. It's been tested in mice with remarkable success. In one experiment, scientists restored vision in aged mice by reversing the epigenetic markers in retinal cells. Other studies have shown rejuvenation in muscle and kidney tissues. This isn't just anti-aging cream for your DNA. It's a potential path to cellular reset, one tissue at a time. And while these breakthroughs are impressive on their own, they're even more powerful when combined with mitochondrial repair, another pillar of the longevity field. Mitochondria are the energy factories of your cells. As you age, they become less efficient, producing more reactive oxygen species, ROS, which causes oxidative stress. This stress damages proteins, DNA, and membranes, essentially burning your body from the inside out. Longevity scientists are now exploring mitochondrial transplant therapy, NAD+ boosters, and even mitochondrial gene editing to restore youthful function at the energetic core of the body. What does all this mean? It means we are on the cusp of a paradigm shift in medicine, from treating disease to treating aging itself. Until now, aging has always been seen as the background process, the silent inevitability. Doctors have treated the diseases caused by aging, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, but not aging itself. That's changing. The new medical philosophy is that aging is the root disease, and therefore should be targeted, slowed, and eventually reversed. Let's take a moment to talk numbers. By 2024, the global anti-aging market was estimated at over $60 billion. That number is projected to grow to over $120 billion in the next 5 years. This includes supplements, pharmaceuticals, gene therapies, stem cell treatments, and rejuvenation clinics opening all over the world. Countries like Switzerland, Panama, and Dubai are rapidly becoming hubs for experimental anti-aging therapy, attracting elite clients who want to extend their health span, performance, and, ultimately, their lifespan. But again, This raises critical ethical and economic questions. Who gets access to these therapies? Will insurance cover Senolytics? Will telomerase injections be available at your local clinic, or only in secret labs for the ultra-wealthy? And most importantly, how will this reshape society? If the average human lifespan jumps from 80 to 120, or even 150, how will we handle population dynamics, retirement, reproduction, global resources? If people stop dying on schedule, how do we make space for new life? How do we reframe purpose in a life that no longer has a visible endpoint? And then there's the spiritual tension. If we reverse the body's decay, but ignore the soul's evolution, what kind of being do we become? Are we preserving wisdom, or simply hoarding years? Are we honoring life, or resisting transition? Because here's a deeper truth. Immortality without introspection is stagnation. It's not enough to live longer. The question is, are we living deeper? The science is moving fast. Trials in Japan are testing epigenetic reset protocols in humans. US-based companies are investing heavily in mitochondrial gene editing. Telomere length measurement is becoming a routine biomarker in elite health labs. This is no longer a fringe concept. It's quietly entering the mainstream. In fact, some health entrepreneurs are already biohacking their own aging with NAD+ boosters, rapamycin microdosing, cold therapy, plasma transfusions, and personalized genetic editing. This isn't a preview. It's an early access phase. And if you're not paying attention, you'll wake up in a world where age is optional, but access is not. Let's ground this. You're not just watching a science series. You're watching the blueprint of the new human being unfold. A being whose body is maintained like software, whose age is measured not in candles, but in cell behavior. A being who might see death not as a spiritual return, but as an avoidable failure of outdated biology. But is that the right path? Because while the cells may rejuvenate, we must not forget the cycle. Life has seasons. The flower doesn't bloom forever, it dies to reseed. So we must ask, if we eliminate decay, do we also eliminate renewal? That's the philosophical risk. That in trying to outsmart death, we forget how to live. And yet, the promise is powerful. Imagine a world where your parents don't decline, where your organs don't wear out, where time isn't a countdown, but a canvas, where your vitality isn't drained by entropy, but managed like energy. This is the molecular war on time. And it's only just begun. In the next video, we'll move from the lab to the lifestyle. We'll explore how the rise of biohacking, cold plunges, red light therapy, nootropic stacks, ozone infusions, and genetic testing has become a cultural obsession, promising youth through optimization. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future, Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems, The Behavioral Economy Now Governs Access. 4. Hive Mind, Synthetic Telepathy and Collective Algorithmic Control. 5. Nanobots Inside You, Medical, Military, and Programmable Intrusions. 6. Grief Tech, AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading Your Mind, Consciousness Transfer and Data-Based Identity. 8. Deep Fakes plus AI Clones, The Replication of Reality and Identity Theft. 9. Quantum Humans, The Merger of Biology with Quantum Systems. 10. Digital Afterlife, Where Your Data Goes When You Die. 11. Resurrection Science, Reviving Life Through Synthetic Methods. 12. Immortal Science, The End of Death as We Know It. 13. Longevity Science, Gene Editing, Anti-Aging, and Bio-Upgrades. 14. Designer Babies, Engineered Perfection Before Birth. 15. Artificial Wombs, Birth Decoupled from the Female Body. 16. 3D Printing, Printing Organs, Limbs, and even humans. 17. The Humanoid Era, The Rise of Synthetic Beings Among Us. 18. Legacy Humans, The Slow Phase-Out of Unmodified Analog People. 19. Smart Cities, Algorithmic Environments That Watch and Decide. 20. Cloud-Based Societies, Citizenship Without Borders or Bodies. 21. Hackable Humans, Emotion, Memory, and Behavior Under Code. 22. Biometric Scanning, Your Body is Your Password and Your Prison. 23. Sex Tech, Intimacy Reprogrammed by Machines. 24. Extinction of Gender, Fluidity, Deletion, and Design of Identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.